So now we are going to work on the rest of our script. Let's open our player interaction again. So let's go in the top to add a new variable for that. Here public float. We want to call it rotate speed, how fast we want to rotate our object. Now let's go down and make a new function for rotating. So here I'm going to call it void rotate object. We want float x equal to input dot get axis. We want our mouse x. Let's copy that and paste it again. Instead of x, now we have y. Here, instead of x, also y. Now here we are going to say current interactables dot transform dot rotate is our mycam dot transform dot white comma minus mathf dot. Here we need to use deg to rad, multiply it by y, multiply it by rotate speed, and at the end a space dot word. So now let's make a copy of that and paste it again. This time instead of white we want to put the upside. So that means we want to, from the left right we can turn it around, and also from up to down. And instead of y, this time we have x. So now let's go up. We want to, where we have this interactable, we want to check if this item is grabbable or not. So first, if is viewing, then we are going to check if the item is grabbable. So current interactable dot item dot grabbable, and also we are putting the mouse button. So get button, get mouse button. So and that mouse button will be 0. Then we want to rotate our object. So now let's save it and check if it's work. For now, we are moving that, but I'm wondering why it didn't rotate. Let's see where we did mistake. So it didn't rotate. And when I'm going to click on that, it's going always to move. So now let's go up. First, I don't want to move the camera when we are going to grab an item. So here I'm going to use an Unity event. So here in the down to public Unity event, name it on view. So down, we come in here and we say get mouse button down. Where did I write it? There. On view dot invoke. So now here also we want to say is viewing. If but we not, then we just don't do anything, return. So now let's save it. Going back to the game. Let's go inside of our player. As you see here, we have on view. Just click on that. Let's bring the player inside of that. Just drag from here. Inside of that, let's click on no function. We want the first person controller bool enabled. So now our object shouldn't move. Let's check it again. So, okay. Now the good thing is that we cannot move the object anymore, but now we cannot rotate it. So let's cancel it. Back. And the reason that I cannot rotate it because here we need to give a value because the rotate speed right now is 0. I just forget to give a value to it. So just here give a 200. So now let's check it again. As you see now, I can rotate my object around, and it doesn't moving many times. So that's really great. So exactly how we want. So now let's go back. So now let's close all these house object here at canvas, because right now we can grab the items, but we cannot get it put it back. So, but before we are going to put it back, we want to do something else. First here I want to make UI image. I'm going to call it back image. Then I'm going to right click, use UI text mesh pro. I'm going to import that asset. Close it. So now here I'm going, instead of new text, I'm going to write it back. So let's now change that to 2D version so we can see it. I'm going to a bit far. Let's put that back image and the text there. Let's bring it down. There. Now disable our back image. That means when we grab that item, we want to activate this image. So now let's open our UI manager where we are going to handle our UIs. Here public game object back image. Now here we are going also to make a new function, public void, this time set back image, same as a bool state. So back image dot set active is how it's our state. So let's save it and going back to our interactable script. Here we need a variable public bool is moving, and in top of that we want to hide it in our inspector, so we don't want to see it. So here we can just write hide in inspector. So now save it and going back to our player interaction, we need to go where we are having this area enumerator. Here we want to also say if our object, our current interactable object is moving, then it's true. If we move that, that means so is moving is true. And at the end we want to say this moving is false. After we check that all this stuff, then so our object is not moving anymore, then it's false. So now in the top we need another one when we want to finish our viewing. So here private bool can finish. So now we need another function to finish our viewing. On top of our I enumerator, I'm going to make this function void can finish. So here can finish is equal to true. And also UI manager dot instance dot set back image to be true. So now go back to is viewing where we are, is viewing is true. Here we want to use invoke. The name of that function that we create right now can finish. We should write the exact name and for how many times after, so how many times we want to finish it, we say 1f after 1 second. So now in the top of here, we need to check if our interactable is moving or not. If interactable dot is moving, then we don't want to do anything, just return. So down we need also another one. Here I'm going to name it void finish view. So can't finish is equal to false. Also is viewing is equal to false too. We want also UI manager dot instance dot set back image to be false, because we finished the view and we don't want to activate that. We want to deactivate that back image. Now here we need also to check if our current interactable dot item dot grabbable, that means if this item is grabbable, now we want to put back to its original rotation. So current interactable dot transform dot rotation is equal to origin rotation. Also we want to slowly put back that item to where it was. So start coroutine. Here the name of that function moving object our current interactable to our origin position. So slowly we are going to put back that item to where it was and where its position was. So now in the top we need another Unity event. So there I have one. So here I'm going to make another one, public Unity event. This time I'm going to name it on finish view. Then where we are going to finish that view, we want to use that Unity event. So here at this point down here on finish view dot invoke. So now we need to go where we want to finish that viewing. Here where we are going to rotate that object. There. There also we want to use if can finish and input dot get mouse button down. This time 1, that means the right mouse button. Then calling that function, finish view function. So let's save it. Now going back to the game. After the script compile it, so we want to go here. As you see on finish view, I'm going to click on that. Again, player, another first person controller will enable this time to be true. We want to activate our first person controller again. And also I want to go to the canvas. Before I forgot, I want to set this back image there as well. So now let's save our project and let's check it if it's worked. So I'm going to remove that 2D. So back to the play it. So when I'm going to interact with that box, as you see, the back image down is activating, and I can move it with the left mouse. When I hold the left mouse, I can move it around, and when I use the right click, it's going back to its place. See, because here I don't have anything, it's going to give error. So let's just stop it. Here again, everything's, we can get it and then back it to his original position. Right now it's going to use that because if I'm going to the house 1 and going to the radio, because I have the interactable in it and we don't have anything inside of that. That's why we get this error here. So which when we put that inside of it, then we will not going to get this problem. So far guys, everything is work fine, everything is exactly how we want it. And then later we are going to work to have a sound and also text subtitle for our object when we are going to interact with them, or to give some hints or some information about the object to our player. Then see you guys in the next video.